Mann. Mann. Oh, bitte.
Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. No clue. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second.
So, you guys didn't find anything either?
Not loving the word.
I questioned a few Ratniki and almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that or he's just extremely cautious and doesn't stay in one place for long.
He's been biding his time.
No idea.
All we can do now is hope that Aino and Anefa turn up some leads. Wait, he's actually here?
No, it's Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick!
No time for questions. Stop him!
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here!
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now you shall plunge into darkness. Felindus, soon I will find a way.
Watch out!
alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get...
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by
I have a when me and Anefa showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted. We weren't there for...
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started.
Kutar, can you shed any light?
Kutar. Cross-checking database.
Wait.
There are many reasons why I've never met that person before. Why he holds me in such contempt.
Kutar.
There are many potential modes. It is also possible that but right now...
A counter strategy? We don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world. No, I can't say that. Come on, you hope.
Running is our only
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what other choice?
Well, I mean...
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to...
Wait, what?
Doesn't that make sense? A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon. What is it, Lau? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential.
We can't just roll over and let him get away.
Yeah, we can't. Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning...
Riri's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But...
Kutar, I know why you left. They would make self-centered wishes. Forced. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything. After much reflection, any relationship based on you were born here.
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. Very well then.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across...
It is. Rejected by the world. My power is dwindling.
What do you mean?
The 3 moons belonged to the ancient bygone era, in which they came into being. The 3 moons are not one and the same, yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow, but this method of recovery is painful.
It's the Wild Hunt!
Even faster than we expected.
See how those Wild Hunt creatures are running away from us. They're...
Then what are we waiting for?
Branch is a song for the everlasting forest.
The night cometh.
They just keep coming! This is driving me nuts!
The rear's closing in on us. You need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Kutar's help to escape. If this goes on much longer.
Beware the creatures of the night.
Annihilation mode. Defensive mode engaged. Forest, protect us for the everlasting forest.
Be silent. Close your eyes. To dust. Be silent.
Look! The rainbow!
Preparing for dust up. Leave this place by the frost moon hall.
The long sleep beckons.
Chaos wind. Insulation chamber deployed. Ultimatum protocol. With one heart, sleep cry. Forest,
Close your eyes. Pause. Observe.
No claw!
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
Who are you? Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvartnir? Whoa! You're Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me.
Oh, is that where I think it is?
That's the one. Come on, move!
Wow! Where are we? This is...
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nod-krai, and a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network, aka the Black Market of Intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are as an expeditionary force on foreign soil. Working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nod-krai should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. You look way younger than Paimon expected.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsvartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another? You mean you...
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still... it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the...
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days? Because he sees you as a threat?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nod-krai? Why has the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form? And why is it after you?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this Wild Hunt activity in Nod-krai is the work of the Raker of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. That's a lot to take in.
I'm truly sorry. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt, and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown...
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different...
A new variable?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rerir is an individual with an agenda. He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere. That said, well, I know as a...
You mean about our mystery?
That's right. I don't know who or what could pull...
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log. A Nod-krai...
Oh.
Another dead end. Guess still. It's your intel also but once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red... I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it's... But is it even possible? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari, Nod-krai of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So,
Right now, first, to my knowledge...
What if there was a way?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. They say that back then, I now bear the
Hold on. Are you suggesting
The iridescent moon.
That's right.
the 3 moons are...
According to my analysis,
I know a way, but
To experiment.
yes.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
Then that's settled. Next up, as you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his wild hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since, people's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it should. The wild hunt has plagued Nod-krai for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
It's true. If Kuthar hadn't given...
But where would we even start?
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstaking.
Ah, she heard me.
boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had some...
Details. Miss Neffer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rarier. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions in Nod-krai. We can't do this without the Curatorium. But I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over. So...
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about... Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nod-krai without my help? Besides, I'm the...
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're...
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis.
So you're just going to set this one...
Why should I get involved?
What if we told you we can't do this without you?
Oh? Then I'd say you'd better make it worth my while.
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just... If you insist on compensation, I will pay you.
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a Moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among...
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of my next few paychecks. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rarier. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder by now. I'd be gone for good, boss. If there's any way we can make this work...
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well. Yeah, Flynn's. That fragment that Rarier was after. Do you still have it on you?
Of course.
Let me borrow it.
Wait, you
Shh. This is...
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. And that brings me to the third and final item. I'm in for this part. No matter...
Count me in.
Come off it, you two. Quit playing here. I'm way ahead of you here. And Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and we're gonna use it to make some decoys. Once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Nod-krai. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch on.
I like it.
No biggie.
All right then. Once your team has finished their mission...
Lady Damselette. Wait. And you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're serious.
Huh. You really think that's gonna scare us off?
We're not looking for any trouble.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us, out of consideration for our former ties?
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat?
No.
Sandrone seems to be in a good mood.
So tell me, actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time, and whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What?
Huh? You mean the knave?
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nod-krai are me and...
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon. Is that a no, then?
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone...
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent, insensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone. Oh, they've been a real...
I bet you served them the worst tea you have.
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? First Rosaline, now you? I'm running...
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time.
Well, duh. Why else? Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around, too. But I guess... Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Fevronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons.
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest move. Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly.
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their... It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you, and I get why you left. And frankly, I have... But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real.
Guess that...
that might be your plan.
Huh?
Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of...
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to lead you here by... Huh. You'll be lucky. Go on, get... Stay and watch if you want. But it'll be at your own risk. Don't tell me what to do! Stare all you want.
I know.
This is... Come on then, Mr. Ray here. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations.
Paulownia, get him!
I've upgraded Paulownia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this, once and for...
She's not here. Where did she go?
Hey! Over here, you big...
Cursed moon. Go. Keep searching. She...
So this is your method for investigating.
Good deduction. But it's...
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Oh, I guess this must be Sumeru.
I'm not sure exactly.
Whenever we went... I've never faced Rerir myself. But from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets.
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to... And also how to make sure I come out of this alive. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important to consider how to spend what lifespan we have left.
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rerir, is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass the other...
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Hey.
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us. But instead, she kept it together.
Dori Sangama Bay?
If you want to make it big in Nod-krai, it's all about connections. Lady, it was back when I first arrived in Nod-krai. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an adverse reaction to the Kuvaki, and wouldn't you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life-or-death. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% plus any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord sung him a bit. So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble. I've got everything you could possibly need.
You guessed correctly.
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the... At the very least, I need to know...
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
Is that so? Then we really are...
You're...
a powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for... If you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here.
Then, let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up?
Of course not! I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No.
Let's just say I'm borrowing it. Oh, favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one.
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all. Take care now.
See you later!
Excellent. Everything is well and true. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. So remember, don't... Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Simple furnishings, table and chairs. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnar, unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Unlike... Anyway.
Hi, Reverie. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good. I'll test it out. And if it's as... P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and...
They didn't sign their name. But they must have been...
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Felindus was tied up with something and couldn't. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If you ask me, someone who asks that many personal questions is too nosy for their own good. But if he invites me again, chances are I'd still go.
Felindus. That's the same name.
Crane imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just...
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because that would explain why they use so much stone in their build? They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Conria...
I've just about saved up enough now.
Making a big purchase. He really is a professional. No wonder he's so good at covering it. Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained... Did Rary rip it out himself?
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart, the burial place of a fallen moon. A wither. It was you who helped me see.
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. The burial place of a
Reverie, over here.
Dane! Oh, and, Vedalfin here?
Hello there, Rerir. You need not address me so formally outside of court.
He doesn't get that much free time.
So...
Hey, don't look at me.
Come on, don't give us that.
Who'd have thought the
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and...
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still...
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll...
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For a member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover story.
Of course he does.
And me? Same old, nothing much to... What's up?
It's nothing.
Vedalfin, Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary. And yet, despite the gulf between... Does he even know me? Does he see me as... Why did he react so strongly?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. Perfectly normal. As frightening as this monster is in the present.
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard time again?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Vedifilnir showed up today, too.
Ah, Mr. Vedifilnir. Yes, I've heard.
He overheard Dainsleif mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was, he kept it to himself.
So, you're worried? We're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has... You worry too much, Rerir.
So...
Like I said, I need some time to decide.
All right. Take your time. Nobodies. Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like Vedifilnir and Dainsleif, what a weak can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasties, meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. The opposition tried to speak out. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he ever find true peace? Felindis? It's nothing. You were right. Fate has never smiled upon nobodies like us. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together, cherishing the simple joys of each.
See? You just need to stay positive. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there. Just seeing you makes me happy in a...
You're right.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready.
You go ahead.
Even busier than the big shots, huh?
Free lot. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still...
Well, that goes without saying. Besides, they're two completely different things.
All right. White outfit.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he was just an ordinary member of the Venster King's Guard. He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancée to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. People in the intelligence trade rarely do. Who'd have thought we were in the same line of work? Let's dig a little deeper.
Our last operation...
After all these years since the dynasty...
Indeed. It cannot be denied. Conria has no further...
That's... Many of its secrets remain...
You still haven't told her what you...
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the...
You didn't choose this life.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to... Speaking of which, someone, it seems, has...
Your concerns are not unfounded. Take care, Ray Hero.
Thanks, Thorkel. Felindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to, but that's exactly why I can't tell you everything. They're a thing. The moonlit dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, there were the... Could that be why Vedalfnir held back? Or was it because of some... I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter what...
Rerir seems to be very Vedalfnir and Dainsleif, the Visionary and Twilight Sword. I've investigated this whole area now. Should I try somewhere else?
So, he's late after all. Just you wait, Rerir.
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. But...
For someone so young, you sure have a way with...
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not lying. May we have a word in private?
Who are you?
And it doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the... Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties, and...
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And...
Wait, hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his name is Rerir.
What did you...
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely, you must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands.
Why are you...
Simple.
How strange. Rerir was nowhere to be seen in that memory. Rerir couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear? The ceremony won't last much longer. I think it's time to call it a day.
So that was your doing?
Any more questions?
I gotta admit though,
I'm just as curious as you are. Luckily, we managed to...
So far, so good. Especially the group with the Traveler. Their mission,
If you're worried about them, go...
if I know boss.
For nearly 2 days now. Oh, they might not have seen us yet, but them constantly sweeping the area, our way out is completely blocked. Oh, that's never gonna work. If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Rerir. And once he knows we're here, it won't be long before he's breathing down our necks again. Oh, guess you're right. Hide! We almost got spotted! Phew! That was a close call.
fire.
Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no! There's a fire!
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's freedom comes at a heavy price. Hello again, Columbina.
And it's been a while.
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Ugh, whatever. I've got all the data I need. Next time we meet... he sure doesn't pull his punch.
Excuse me, do you need...
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Wait a minute.
Hello, Miss Sandrone.
Huh. How considerate of her. Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machine. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire. Go put her on cleaning duty or...
Then let's... You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have...
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Huh? Feels like there's...
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end.
I see. But first, who do we have?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's.
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen...
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a Tea Party buddy.
You are well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nod-krai, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a special place in your heart.
Oh.
You are well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nod-krai, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a special place in your heart.
A Fatui Harbin.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting Fatui.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. seeing as the moon goddess no longer...
Nor does Nod-krai belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't... We have our own way of doing things.
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could. But sometimes fundamental conflicts of interest simply can't be settled amicably. That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. This has nothing to do with the Fatui. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's marrow. Anyway, what else is on the agenda?
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. Looks like but she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the Fatui Harp.
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed.
All right, listen up, everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called Dregs of the Crimson Moon.
The Dregs of the Crimson Moon?
Mm-hmm. In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon.
To my knowledge, those were the names long, long ago. It is said that the people of Conria, but one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed. Hence the name of the...
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secret. In those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. What's the matter?
Stephanie, Freundaughter, Flinders.
Interesting. Anything else? What?
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrum.
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir's fragment also contains some of...
Well, no shortage of potential leads I'll give you. The Lindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me.
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure blood... Oh yeah! Just like how it was with...
If we could somehow find her...
It's possible. But it would take that merchant who never knows. Dory-san.
All right then. Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino. As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the Wild Hunt monster... At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too.
I'll head back to the curatorium.
Feels good knowing we've all got some... Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. I'll hold the fort for now. Then discuss our next move with Flints, Aino, and Anefa when they get back.
All right then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be...
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we...
Relax. Stay safe, everyone.
We're back. Did we get here a little early?
A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon goddess has found us a new ally. And Boss Neff, everything going smoothly?
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired. Oh, right! Inefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what we just did?
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the Wild Hunt in Amsvartnir, you discovered that it was just a diversion. But according to Flintz's intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already... That was before Rerir had regained his body. when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least.
Flins, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across... I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than... And Effa and I will head back over to Amsfartnir to see if there's anything I...
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
What is that?
They were betting on...
It's the obvious choice, isn't it?
We already decided that someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still...
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment.
Here, this will serve as a good spot to cross.
Arlecchino, hold up a second! Since you brought us all this, we still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here.
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal...
Huh? Are you serious?
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback, but the more I thought about it, the more I... When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power, it was... Exactly. That is why my hands are like this, too. At first, I saw it only as a curse, but once I became a harbinger, together with my own investigations over the past few years, for instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the Abyss. You all understand the nature of the Abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for my soul.
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your...
Yes. And that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the iridescent...
Does that mean that the Karians were to the Crimson Moon as the Frost Moon Scions are to the Frost Moon?
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The iridescent moons. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction staged a coup and drove out the royal heirs of the Crimson Moon dynasty. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded. If you want living proof, it's standing right before you.
The first time we met, I sensed something when I looked at you. I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames, I saw its broken...
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as the object of an insane research project. Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other question... I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to
That's right. The iridescent moon is already...
Deal. Then let's get
Get what started?
When I first became a harbinger, the Jester gave me a book called... You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's in the Crimson Moon era, or so the story.
Beyond the bounds of this world? For real?
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they might lose control, they subjected these children to a process of... They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, "Within the fireplace, the book leaves much unsaid."
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special...
There's no fireplace.
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames, but those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In the days of... In short, I can open a passage. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the path... Very well. Then I'll...
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if... Thank you.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. One word of advice, as you're crossing over.
Got it!
I sense a sinister gloom inside. I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed me.
I sense your presence, and bring death and rebirth. Wait, why are you? You have crossed over from another world, transcended fate itself. I have no right to.
What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken body, seized by the abyss, and hung up aloft like mummified remains. Iridescent moon.
Careful! There's something spooky about this, but Paimon's right behind you. By the way, Columbina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
Just like I thought. It was only a facade. No. It's coming from under the mountain.
Let's see. Ah! There's some kind of weird... Wait, see that? Looks like a mechanism of... Looks like a device from the time of Kanria. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind. Oh, if we can activate it, we might find some clues. Hey, look at that! Now that the mechanism's running, the shadow in the water looks different. Do you think these mechanisms...
Felindis, we'll leave the rest of the
I hope this isn't ruining Dick... mind your own... Felindis? Is that Rear's girlfriend? Oh, yeah.
The Abyss has made this space maybe that's why some of the things she said and did.
Whenever I see this view, waning moon. For me,
The Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby. Yeah. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the three moons, if it really does exist. With the Abyss inhibitors in play... Oh, Rerir. With every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. If only I could get... Hey, look! The moon's reflection is back to normal! Felindis' voice mentioned a chamber...
It must be.
Then there's no time to lose! the iridescent moon's marrow. That must be the iridescent moon's marrow. Oh, we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it.
The iridescent moon's marrow. Still burning. If we can purify the abyssal power. And so...
Huh?
At long last. I'm sorry. The moment the moon shattered, tell me. You look so... But trust me when I say...
What was that all about? It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend.
Perhaps. She took me for the goddess of... For a fading soul like hers. How...
But anyway, we've got the... Alright. That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon.
Huh?
Oh, lifeless damsel.
Oh. Hurry! The place is collapsing!
It wants to trap us here.
Who's it? The abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy.
Give it back! The crimson moons! My marrow! My heart! Finally! Huh? Oh no! The exit's blocked! They're back! Now what do we do?
This is where you fall. Witness my rise.
Hey,
What are you waiting for?
Oh, is that you, Arlen? Wait, your hands!
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to... The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you... No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss.
Oh, we're so sorry, Arlen.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is, I was simply holding up Maya.
Yes. You did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care. From this day forth...
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, call him... Feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina!
I'm fine.
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned.
It's still not just one more ray of moon. It's okay. I can...
How about now?
At the very least, I won't have... I want to see him gone from Nod-krai.
Well, it's when I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog drifting in, but now, you're full of vitality. Just like the Frost Moon, once the brightest of...
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. But whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do know...
I appreciate the concern, Columbina.
I know, Nate.
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she's played. We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. All I'll say is this. All right. Now...
You're the...
I appreciate the gesture. It speaks to...
It was a close call, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow and restored Columbina's strength. And that... In other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing. Do you think the others are... Oh, hey, Flint's!
All is well.
I ran into Miss Inefa and...
You seem rather...
I certainly am. I cheat. Fighting alone can get quite tedious. But
We meet again.
Albedo! What are you doing?
Thankfully.
These two courageously lent, and given how people about...
So? Who's your travel buddy, Albedo?
Why don't you come and introduce yourself?
A gentleman of few words, I see.
It's nice to meet you.
Wait a...
That's right. It's me. I'm glad to see you again.
By the way, he said...
Yeah, I'm not as mini as I used to be.
Interesting, isn't it? The first step towards blending into human society.
Wow! You look... so different!
Thank you, Paimon. And although you're as mini as ever, I understand that diminutives don't always convey endearment. I'll be sure to simply call you Paimon.
Wow! You're such a smooth talker now. Paimon could get used to this. From now on, you may refer to her as your esteemed guide, Paimon.
Personally, I think our little Paimon is the perfect size. When people call her Little Paimon, it's just because she's so adorable that they can't help them.
You're absolutely right, Miss Lauma. My brother still has a long road ahead of him when it comes to understanding human relationships.
Anyway, speak...
She's been catching up with...
Uh-oh. People...
Judging from your expressions...
It's getting crowded here.
No need. This is a...
Thank you for your hospitality, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be meeting Sandrone shortly, as we still have some things to discuss.
We really appreciate your help.
Oh, come on.
I understand.
Oh, this place is hopping. It's probably a good thing one of us left. Otherwise, we might not fit all these people.
Are you saying we're about to run out of chairs?
As a matter of fact, I am.
I overheard your little chit-chat outside, by the way. Though, it looks like we have another new face. Someone else managed to rope in a colleague.
Frankly, you and Paimon are the only people I know here.
This here is Deanslip, colleague of Tibet's greatest guide, Paimon, and greatest adventurer, the Traveler. Well, not exactly colleagues.
When someone else jumps in to do the
Let's hear what he has to say.
Note to self.
When he comes looking for...
From the looks of it, you're about to hold a meeting. If I were...
As the saying goes, though,
After all this time apart...
Is he being sarcastic?
Hey, he's your brother. Why you ask...
I've still got a lot.
Oh, good point. Paimon gets you now. Don't...
I wonder what's taking Nefer so...
Perhaps you should go and check in with her.
I just got back from the curatorium.
Miss Nefer doesn't strike me as the type to share secrets under such circumstances.
Oh, but it's fine for...
What can I say? You have an unrivaled...
Impressive. She barely fought back at...
As I'm sure Miss Lauma will realize soon enough, the trick...
Another trick is to simply hide in the background.
Spoken like a...
Anyway, looks like we've got some time to... Feel free to chat amongst yourselves.
You're both awfully quiet. Why don't I start us off with an icebreaker? Have either of you ever had your portrait painted?
That sounds like a lovely idea. You know how to paint, then?
I dabble occasionally.
He's an excellent painter. Tables, chairs...
I'm flattered.
If I ever get the chance...
I'll bear that in mind.
Oh, whatever style feels...
Very well. Then I'll play it by...
You can replicate any style.
I can try.
Thank you.
Truth be told...
You're not alone there, my friend.
I don't doubt that.
Itlua is a good app.
So you're... Come on.
Sorry. I'm... Nah.
Let's just keep this between ourselves.
That goes without saying. Gotta be...
Anyone else in the know?
It's dangerous being too sharp for...
Then, in the name of the Animo Archon Barbados himself...
When we went for drinks, you said that you and Barbados were practically best buds.
Of course. Just as long as you don't go spreading around the fact that I'm close with Barbados.
Fair enough, then.
Is there something...
Yeah! For starters, why'd you just show up here without even giving us a head...
If you think back to our previous...
You do have a point. Oh yeah! You'll need to find somewhere to stay the night too, right?
Sure.
Great! Paimon will... And in return, we can get Dainslift to be our...
If that's what you had in mind, you should have said so sooner.
Oh, okay then. Anyway, since we're all here together, we might as well watch each other's backs.
Indeed. Thank you.
Ah, Miss Nefer, you made it after all. But what about you?
I'm here to give you an update on how things are
Huh. So...
Shh! Not so loud! We're on
Did you?
I didn't say anything. Right, Flints?
Must have been.
Anyway, before we begin, first up, we have Miss Lauma. As Moon Chanter, Nefer is leading the investigation into Rerer's background, assisted by you. Over here, we have Mr. Flints, a ratnik and guardian of the abandoned lighthouse. In our last operation, he courageously distracted the wild hunt to buy time for the rest of us. For those of you who've never met, this is Mr. Albedo, a renowned alchemist. Next up, we have the Moon Maiden and former Fatui Harbinger, Miss Columbina. Then we have the Traveler, who's earned more titles than I could possibly hope to list out, so I'll spare you the rundown. And Paimon, the ultimate travel companion and quite possibly the best guide in all of Tevat.
Wow! That's a lot of people.
Miss Nefer, it looks like you might have another job coming your way.
You think I haven't got enough on my hands as it is? Who's looking for me now?
That would be me, Miss Nefer.
And you are...
Who I am doesn't matter right now. It's...
Conrian, I assume. And what's with the mask? Are you trying to hide your identity? In any case, the fact that you're even...
My name is Dainsleif. And yes, I am from...
Really? Then you must have been quite...
You flatter me, but none of that matters anymore. My point was simply to clarify why I have asked Miss Nefer to investigate Rerir's background.
So you're both from Conria, and it sounds like you used to be friends?
I'll tell you everything I know. The history of Conria, the names and identities of the... I have never spoken openly of this before. But the truth was exactly as people... The visionary, Vedifenir, who wished to foretell the future. The wise, Haroptatir. Gold, Rheindotter, who desired to create life. The foul, Sertologi, who pursued supreme strength. And last, but not least, Raker of Solnari, Rerir, Ravager of the Moon. Of the five, Rerir is the only one who remains a mystery to me. He never harbored grand ambitions. So what changed in the space of a single night?
In other words, you're saying that his change came as a shock to you, and you have no idea?
That's right.
You mentioned how the Abyss tempted them, which led to their fall. But what did that look like in practice?
Strangely, now that the fateful night took place during the era of the Eclipse Dynasty. One day, when I came to hear of this, my fury knew no bounds. I gathered together centuries on. The memories of that night still haunt me. But then...
So, it's personal after all. Then tell me, Mr.
I cannot say what price would be worthy of such a commission. But know this. Rerir was not... Uncovering the truth of Rerir's past is the only way to unravel this mystery. But before you decide if you will accept...
Sounds pretty good to me.
Can I borrow your halo? It could be useful.
Hey, enough with the wisecracks! Besides, isn't that lamp of yours bright enough already?
Relax. It was meant to be a compliment. If that was a little over the top for your
I'll give your proposal some serious thought, Miss...
Before that, there's a few things I'd like to share.
Now that we've united the heart...
I believe it will take... You've done so much for me. So I want to be... From the moment I was born. So far. Even so.
Kutar.
defeating the Rahier of...
Naturally.
We've considered several viable... Is it even possible to kill Rahier? What experiences shaped the person or monster he became? Given Albedo's expertise in alchemy, I think we should...
Understood.
As for the other two...
So you're placing all your hopes on...
We can't thank you enough for agreeing to help us. Honestly...
You sure have a talent for changing your tune, Miss Moonchanter. Timid like Yehoda one moment, then flinches insincere flattery.
Ladies, please. I must object to your portrayal of me. That's all. Feel free to keep bickering. Just pretend I'm not here.
I almost don't want to leave this room.
I have faith in you.
Oh? And what makes you so sure of that?
This isn't about the money. I can sense that you've got a deep-seated distaste for Rahier.
Look at them getting along so well.
And I'm the one they accuse of insincere flattery. There is no justice.
Miss...
Is that right?
Anyway. Mr. Dainsleif, let's talk.
This whole experience... Why?
Quite...
Thank you for waiting.
It's okay.
That's very Now, I trust you share my curiosity. We spoke at some length after the meeting.
Dane has a lot of faith in us, that's for sure.
Likewise. I appreciate that you got right on board without interrogating me about why I invited you. It shows that you trust me to explain everything in due course.
That's because we know what you're capable of. We appreciate you too, Nefer. You might have been forced to help in the beginning, but this time, it was your choice.
That's one way to put it. Another is this, that once a decision's been made, it's set in stone. After that, my only goal is to see it through. Alright, so here's how it is. I'm going to access Rarier's thoughts again using my confidential method. Now, I'm sure you've seen things like this before on your travels, so you're surely well aware of how dangerous it can be. The reason I've gathered you all here is to ensure my safety during the proceedings. I plan for us to enter the fragment of his consciousness together, and once inside, I will focus on searching for information. Think of this as a diving expedition into someone's brain. If I'm the diver, you are my safety equipment, tasked with keeping me alive while I'm under the surface. Once the ceremony begins, we will all be spying on privileged information. But in the interests of safety, you must remain absolutely silent at all times. We will discuss our observations after the ceremony has concluded. Lastly, any individuals of a weaker constitution are advised not to partake in the ceremony. In any case, Paimon has her own job to do, which requires staying in the room, but not joining the ceremony.
Well, good.
There's a little more in the event that something...
I second that.
So, Paimon's...
Good. Please, take...
So, did Mr. Dainsleif tell you anything else?
He told me that he believes Rahier kept some big secrets in his life. He's not sure that they...
But surely you're not planning to go through...
If you think that. But I do have my own professional reasons for taking this job. You think I'd turn down the opportunity to get a first-hand glimpse into Conrian history? No chance.
Well, as long as you don't let morbid curiosity... All right, I'm good to go.
All set over here, too.
Promise, Paimon, you'll be extra careful.
All right. Let your... Close your... Phew. Could this be his pretty standard setup? According to Dainsliff, Rarier used to be an intelligence operative. Chances... Is this where you keep your secrets? He looks even gloomier than last time. He looks even gloomier than...
Today's files are in. Time to... Male, 51. Occupation, cook. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has maintained frequent neutralized. This one should be archived under purged. Female, 23. Occupation, office clerk. Confirmed Crimson Moon neutralized. Another one for purge. Sounds like she was that other man's daughter. Never mind. What's it got to do with me? Male, 40. Neutralized. Just another nobody for the archive. Come to think of it, I remember surveilling this man. A case like his never would have been considered a priority in the past. Huh. He barely even interacted with other Crimson Moon descendant. Female, 16. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Neutralized. Filed. I have no recollection of this girl. None. Female, 13. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Neutralized and... Filed. Male, 11. Occupation, none. Neutralized and... Male, 6. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Poses a threat to the dynasty.
It's funny, isn't it? Your job is becoming both harder and easier at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Sooner or later, the Crimson Moon descendants will be completely wiped out. But as their numbers dwindle, they become harder and harder to track down.
That's not how it is.
Fortunately, however, most of the able-bodied adults have already been taken care of. The remaining weaklings will be increasingly easy to deal with.
No! No. My job is to ensure the survival of the Eclipse Dynasty. And the only way to do that is by eliminating any and all potential threats. It's a perfectly legit... Every single one of my colleagues can attest to my fairness. And if my friends were aware of the facts, I know they'd back me up too. Assuming, of course, that they were aware of all the facts.
He looks even gloomier than...
Mr. Vedifalnir?
Rerir, I trust you're here because you have something important to discuss.
Forgive me. Tell me.
It is indeed within my power.
I was just thinking.
That isn't a lie. Ever since that day we met...
Does it feel...
I'm afraid the notions of good... You fear my silence. The burden of prophecy.
So who exactly do you deem worthy to hear your prophecies?
Or rather...
You're closer to His Majesty than I am.
You say that as though it is to my benefit.
You are so...
You make a fair point. Let me offer you some advice. And I say this not as a... For many reasons, there is very little chance of your marriage ending in happiness.
Hold on. There's that same black fog again.
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face. His name is Rerir.
What did...
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner.
Why are you
Simple. I want you to kill him. You are the only person he would never suspect.
No, absolutely not.
So you'll just stand by and watch him slaughter us to the last? Do not
The blood of the Crimson Moon? What does that matter? You think that alone is reason enough for me to throw away everything I have?
Why wouldn't it be? You two were once a child of the Crimson Moon. Just like me. Don't tell me...
As long as you promise to abandon this pipe dream of restoring your dynasty, I can try...
Persuade the Vinster King? Do you even know why he's so obsessed with hunting us down? Why he keeps trying to force us to hand over our secrets? The Vinster King. A blind fool. His eyes clouded by power. If you can't bring yourself to do it...
The Rerir of... That really is quite a secret you've been keeping, but... Who am I to talk? Am I really any better? I've kept... Love should be built on honesty. But ours? Is it really so wrong to hide things that would only make life harder? Vedifalnir must have known all this. And that's why he made his prophecy. But I won't just sit by and watch this disaster unfold. No matter who I have to...
Is that Rerir who just walked past the window? Doesn't it give you the chills that he still takes the same road to work every day? As if nothing ever happened.
Those people at the deli.
Enough already. They're clearly pretty taken by their own disguises, so just smile and play along. Pull the rug from under beasts like that, and you'll risk having your throat torn out.
Deli.
But surely you can see he's not the man he pretends to be. We're not going to survive this, are we? But, Felindis, are you even listening?
Sorry, Freether. My mind was off wandering. I heard you, though. You're talking about what Rerir said. He's just following the king's orders. He's a secret agent, and it's his job to hunt—
By the time you first met him, he'd already taken lives.
No. Rerir has no idea I have anything to do with the Crimson Moon. My family are only distant relatives of the main lineage, and truth be told, apart from my teacher, pretty much no one knows I have any connection to it.
But as Orlog said, who could possibly talk sense into that raving lunatic?
I'll work something out. Trust me. Don't forget that Rerir is an Eclipse operative. You need to be extra careful when For now, don't come looking for me. And if anything happens
If even you can't escape this, what hope do the rest of us have?
I won't speak in his defense. Nor can... Here. Hold on to this. If an opportunity to escape...
You called...
I've got a job, and they're...
No more lies. Can't hide the truth.
Another day, another round of assassination training. Training ground is just beyond this hidden passageway.
When you kill a person, doesn't it bother you when you end up covered in their blood?
Why would it? Make sure you have a firm grip on the handle, then choose your angle well. Keep your movements light and brisk. The prey won't sense a thing.
I used to help with that, but no one could die to close that
I work clean. No traces.
No more lies.
That doesn't make it open the front door. The thing that happens to you right now. What if
that won't happen?
Miss Jane, ever since you fell in the shadow of that house, in the
The ones I know have always been guilty, and I've carried out my work flawlessly.
Can't hide the truth.
You know why Olympus is your proposal, don't you? Was it because you didn't trust me?
Delindis, do you...
Orla.
The boy who was pretending to sell flowers.
Yes, we did. What about it?
He was arrested. I just don't get it. After everything he's or does it mean nothing to you that...
No, that's not...
I need to go now, Delindis. They're looking for us. If you ever need a...
Author, Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to all subjects of observation that were sent inside have no progress whatsoever. Things are getting worse by the day. I have to, but... if all this research comes to nothing, but... could he really bring himself to kill me? No.
Why won't you just let us go? We don't even know each other. All we want is to live ordinary, peaceful lives.
You want... to live?
Yes. I just want to go on living. Is that really such an unforgivable crime?
You want to go on living. I want to keep living too. To keep living forever. That's why I have no choice but to continue on the path I'm on. If only some savior would suddenly swoop down and change the way the world is. Too bad it's not going to happen. Imagine that. If there really were such a person, you and I wouldn't be standing here like this, would we? So these files are in. No, I don't get tired of it. It's my job. And not only am I lucky to have it, I'm good at it too. Thalindis? No. Why? But you bear no mark of the Crimson Moon. How could you possibly have anything to do with them? A diluted bloodline. What a fool I've been. Numbing myself with Irminsul. Finster King. How today it's the descendants of the Crimson Moon. Who will it be tomorrow? No. This cannot go on.
You're really...
I am. As long as you can guarantee that no one will find you.
Don't worry, I'll be extra careful. But if you let me go, you won't be able...
Good point.
No, please! I just want to see...
Go on living?
Yes.
If I let you leave, what will become of me? But remember, don't let anyone know you were caught. We'll be seeing each other again very soon if you...
Even shadows in the dark must live by a code. But you can't save everyone.
You've been whispering in my ear for days now, Vedifilnir.
I only say this because you long for an answer to your problems. Let her go, Rerir, or you risk losing everything.
I will not...
Then you'll need a little more vigilance and a lot more power. The world is changing, Rerir. Keep your eyes peeled for your moment of opportunity.
That voice used to be so unclear. But he won't tell me how to actually resolve any of this, but he keeps trying to manipulate me. Like, tell me then! What will this moment of opportunity... And...
So, the Eclipse Dynasty was purging... well, massacring the descendant. The king's obsession with abyssal power left the future of Conria hanging in the balance. No wonder every and it looks like this Thalindis, Rerir's would-be fiancé, herself belonged to a sub-branch of the Crimson Moon Dynasty's It almost defies belief that a couple like them could hide the truth from each other for so long. If the Vinster King hadn't intervened in such a drastic way, And why does Vedifilnir, Daneslif's older brother, keep talking in Rerir's head? The human mind is like a vast desert of shifting sands. When you follow the flow of someone's memories, you only ever see the parts they're willing to let surface. Time for something a bit more... We've been inside Rerir's mind. There's already enough clues on the board to start reading between the lines and mapping out the rest. Now, we can finally begin to put the pieces together. Once we've built up a cognitive profile, we just need to cross-check the logic behind his actions. And then we'll be able to take a sneak peek at whatever it is that Rerir...
Rerir, are you... Hey, Rerir!
Dane? What's wrong?
Quick, come with me. I'll All right then.
I've never seen Dane so worked up before.
Well, this is a nice change, meeting you all at this hour. When men and women of ambition...
Don't be ridiculous. We do not fear the day. Why would we seek refuge in the night?
You might ask your blade that same question. The word on the street is that Sir Delogi only strikes when he has an unfair advantage. But that is patently false.
If this is your way of offering me replacement limbs...
Oh, we can certainly discuss...
Robtatir, what brings you here?
Why, Dainsleif, of course. Please, cast aside your apprehensions, Miss Rhindaughter. Whatever the rumors may say, I am but a humble servant of the king, and...
Well, the Universitas Magistrorum won't stop fawning over you. So what, you're president of the Universitas... Vice President Veit doesn't even try to hide...
My success is the product of hard work and good luck. It's as simple as that. Were the king not such a... Of course. And as for Efterveit, in missing out on the presidency...
You're all here. I apologize for...
You must be Rerir.
Mr. Sir Delogi. Yes,
You're clearly a person of substance if you've been invited here. But Dainsleif, you'd better have a very...
It's my brother, Vedofenir. After he spoke at the court this morning, the king was...
Vedofenir in prison? Strange. I thought the king trusted him. Does this mean the king's circle of trust just got...
It has nothing to do with trust. I simply appease him, because it's in the best interests of the Universitas Magistrorum.
And also because you're slimy. Vedofenir, perhaps less so. But still, a visionless visionary? It rather inclines me to think that qualifications are not what get you ahead in Khaenri'ah.
Do you honestly think this is an important discussion to be having right now?
Dane, what are you planning to do?
Rescue Vedofenir, I assume.
Correct. It will mean storming the palace by...
That's far too dangerous. And don't forget, Dainsleif, you're...
I have no desire to commit treason. But whatever critique the king may have of Vedofenir, disfiguring your most loyal subject for putting the best interests of his court and nation first, this is not the conduct of a wise ruler. My blade will force...
So, Vedofenir's prophecy enraged the king. I'm sure it wasn't what he wanted to hear, but if he won't take counsel even from the visionary, the extent of his majesty's madness is now all too clear. You have noble ambitions.
A letter of pardon? For whom? The chances of the Vinster King issuing a pardon for anyone connected to... This black fog over the board must have some connection to the... Another mystery I'll need...
Author Thalinda. Over the course of this week, the research dating back to the... However, there are an enormous amount of... To make matters worse, this is not a wise move. I apologize if this comes across as disrespectful. But if we really made it there one... This is for you. I heard
Thalindis.
I've heard nothing. You never saw him, and I don't know what he did.
What if he finds out that you pried into his...
Don't be silly. I don't know what secrets he does or doesn't have. All I know is he's just an...
Are you scared of...
I don't know. The Rerir I know doesn't match the person you all describe. Logically, I should be scared of him. But enough about that.
What's in it?
A piece of the moon.
A red moon?
That's right. Our moon.
I promise.
The Crimson Moon bloodline will never die out. No matter how...
Hurry, everyone, and stick to the plan.
Sir Dainsleif, what are you? Is this true? You know what happens to those who betray the throne.
It is the king himself who has betrayed the throne.
If you have any love left for justice in your heart...
It's showtime. Dane and his group will handle the troops in the palace. Then Hraptatir, my job is to enter the prison and stay safe.
Look after my brother. Draw your blade.
And the smell is found you. Hello, Miss... surprised? Oh.
I certainly felt some surprise in the moment when I was blinded. Surprise at the king's sheer ignorance. Surprise...
I'm curious. What did you...
It wasn't a prophecy. The king has forsaken all reason in pursuit of his obsessions.
But he didn't listen. Dane asked for my help.
Everything is transpiring as I foresaw. Yet I am powerless to change it. Fate is an immutable force. I do wonder whether giving a man the power to see the future does nothing more for him than slowly crush...
Forgive my curtness, Vedifulnir, but the king did not suddenly turn on you today. You can't have wisdom beyond the reach of your fellow man without attracting... There are things the king does not want to see. So, he doesn't want you having visions of them either.
He wasn't entirely wrong. I did...
Until what?
Just now.
Well, tonight could go a lot...
I sense hatred in you. But this is not the end. There are many men of... Is that a dagger?
With your abilities, I don't doubt that you were able to recover some of your sight. But I also doubt that you want to make an...
Of course not.
We could be.
You mean your future?
Yes. And I know if there are bigger... I can't abandon the one I love to save myself.
In matters of fate, answers are either right... That is the cruelest thing...
I know it's your voice that I keep hearing in my head, urging me to see how the world is changing, to seek more... You show me disaster, but you won't show me how to avoid it?
My voice? It turns out that
Vedifulnir just broke into the strangest smile I've ever seen in my life.
Very well then. My advice to you is as follows. For as long as you live, your story with Thelindis... It is up to you whether you believe...
I will hold you.
Thank you for setting me free.
Just then.
If I were you, I would head...
The Universitas.
I'm sure we'll be seeing...
Whatever Vedifulnir said, I didn't catch it. Monsters? Is this Rheindarter's doing? Or the Universitas Magistrorum? Out of my way! Allegedly, the king installed secret mechanisms in the palace, but if they were ever gonna activate...
Help! Help!
Hold on! Don't let them anywhere near you!
Save me! I can't...
That sounded like an explosion. So, what other means does the king have at his... And given it's a major center of abyss research, anyone over at the Universitas...
I wasn't meant for this world.
Monsters at the Universitas. Oh no! It's no use. The table won't hold out much longer. Of course. All the lab equipment was upgraded after the I'm done for. Is anyone there? Ah! Stay back. Rear. So the rumors about your work are true.
What? No! Listen, something happened at the palace tonight. We have to leave!
You don't need to lie to me anymore.
What do you mean?
I know why you're worried, and I will respect the decision you've made. But it's okay, because I found a solution. I know how to end all this. You can have it back. The normal life you so desire. But until then, I'm afraid our wedding will have to wait.
This?
No! Don't do it! Cylinders! Cylinders!
I told you, Rarier. Let her go. You will find someone better.
No! No, I won't do it! I have to save her!
By what means exactly? A lowly pawn. You lack the power and the strength of will.
Do you know a way? Tell me!
Come to the palace. Join us.
Rarier, thank goodness we...
Step forth and take your share.
You made it.
Not you too.
Hatred or grief, despair, desire. We all have our own.
Rarier. Rarier.
Lindis?
Were you daydreaming? You still remember, Rarier? That question you asked me a couple of weeks ago?
Oh. You mean the proposal?
Yeah. I'm wondering, where do you think would be a good place to discuss it? Maybe in the garden? Or were you thinking a fancy restaurant?
It's your choice. I will find you. And then... you can give me your answer.
So that's how the Raker... A monster created by circumstance is a monster all the same. Viewing other people's thoughts for too long can get uncomfortable. Right now, in a nutshell, the story of Khan... His past is filled with sorrow, but the tale of any fallen civilization... Everyone?
She's fine.
Yes, you will have seen the events of Rarier's life through my thoughts. It's now clear that he is just a regular nobody, driven by personal tragedy.
I mostly agree. There's only so much we can... However, I would not consider Rarier to be a nobody. He was deeply involved in the events of that era.
Sounds to me like you're speaking in riddles again.
That's not what I meant. Although
Then try to remember that I respond better to the carrot than the stick. Now, as for you, Missy, you were excellent. You stuck to the rules of the ceremony and kept your mouth shut the entire...
Cool! So, can you fill me in on the deets now?
Patience. You'll hear the whole story, don't you worry. But let's meet up with the others. Yehoda?
Yes, boss!
That's more like it.
Forgive my curiosity.
It says I gotta do the annoying stuff that...
Is that...
If something is in the... In any case, I've heard there's nothing I dis... Oh no.
Sorry to disturb you, but we seem to have run into some trouble.
Evidently so. Don't worry, I'm not about to leave you to
I'm sorry. What did you hear me say?
Wait, how long have I been...
Not long. You just... Boss, what's wrong?
We've been tricked. We never left at all.
Hallucinated?
How indeed. This place should heed my will.
So you control everything in here?
More or less.
Has anything like this...
Only once.
Is there any similarity between what...
I suppose my thoughts are a little turbulent.
Is there anything...
The first clause of your contract clearly states that I only need your help with things that I'm too lazy to do myself.
Meaning, you're not
Meaning, this is not something Yehuda can help with.
Boss, it's fine.
Oh, listen to you.
What?
Yes, really. Where would I ever find another employee as...
Well, anyway... I was thinking of... I suggest everyone finds... Even though all... You don't want to dismiss mental fatigue. Just...
Don't I have the best...
If we can find a suitable time.
Time to rally, everyone. Follow me. As we continue our journey, the same rules will apply. You have my word that I will... This place looks familiar. That's not a good sign.
I wasn't expecting visitors at...
Oh.
There you are! Sinue's been looking for you.
Oh, yeah? What were you doing just now, Uncle Retinue? Hiding away some more loose change?
What do you mean, loose change? Oh, come...
Hey, kid. Mind telling me what Sinuhe's been up to recently?
Get in his good books? Why?
I've written a new song.
A new song, huh? I'd like...
Well, there's plenty of time and I'm not going anywhere. See that pile of stones? I'll be sitting there warming...
Pile of stones. Got it. Hi, Dad. Uncle Retinue.
Ah, there's my little princess. If you'd gotten back just a little sooner.
Spoils of war? Who were you fighting against?
It was just a figure of speech. The aftermath of a sandstorm is no time to be wagered. I was talking about our war against thirst. I went out to fix our water supply problem, and now I'm back.
We have a well again.
That's right. I found a new one and brought...
If it wasn't for these blasted sandstorms...
As the chief of our tribe, I'm supposed to be leading... You know how prosperous our ancestors were. I've told you all the stories. And look at... But things are looking up. I started working with some folks.
So you're the Academia's helper now?
Special ambassador, they call it. It's nothing bad, okay? We've been isolated here in the desert for too long.
So... do you get...
Of course.
That's our well, and you know it! You stole from us!
Did you really think you could take our water without permission and get away with it?
You're either brave, stupid, or...
And that special
You're a liar and a cheat!
I heard Yehuda gasp, but I don't blame her. Corpses strewn across the ground. The wounds are clearly from scimitars and daggers. There's a handwritten note on the ground.
Halil, this is Sinuhe, chief of the Shimti tribe. Surely you remember, this is my second time writing to you. I assume my last... I'm writing to you because I need some help. That sandstorm the other day completely blocked up our well. Praise the gods. The well of the Eob tribe was intact. You told me to write to you if I urgently need you to form. This is an emergency.
Looks like this letter never got sent. The writer died a grisly death. What a ridiculous lie the surviving Shimti
Officer. Welcome. Welcome to our
I thought you would at least have...
This is the finest wine Aru village has to offer.
The Academia has agreed to reserve a single space for a candidate from your village. But I remain skeptical.
Please, have faith. If not in us, then in our god. The child we found shows great promise. I beg you, take...
I don't...
She showed up here a few days...
So, where are you?
Nowhere special. Just the one. Correct.
So, no brother?
Any who have slept on a bed of sand, I call my brothers and my sisters. Apart from that, I have...
All right, get over here. Sign your... Never.
Nefer, this term's assignments have been issued already. Please read through the materials thoroughly, conduct your own additional research.
Yes, Professor, I'm aware. I just had...
Oh? Please, ask away.
Well, I saw the other students' problem sheets, and I couldn't help but notice that my assignment is much easier.
A weak student? Goodness.
I think what you're saying is, a weak student wouldn't have noticed the discrepancy.
You see, sharp as they come. You see things the way they are, and I'm sure you know why.
Because of where I come from.
I'm sorry, Nefer. Anyway, you said you had a couple of questions?
I wanted to check. If someone sent me a letter to the Academia, where do I go to collect it?
Ah, your family wrote to you. Well...
Not exactly. It's not even a recent...
The House of Dana, I expect. I know there's a... Whatever you're looking for, that...
Okay, got it.
Oh, don't mention it. Honestly, I feel like I fit...
Hey, you're a great teacher. And you do your best for all your students. It's not just the Academia, either. The whole world bends over backwards for the successful, and leaves the losers to suffer.
Oh, my dear child.
I haven't. I just think that if you want to make it in this world... This must be it. Let's take a... A dilapidation, sir. This one was never even opened. I guess the recipient didn't care what the Core of 30 had to say about anything. Who was it addressed to? This one is addressed to... In clinical terms, for example, this seems like something the Academia would... Wait, What's this? The note says, the sender authored this letter while... This next one is addressed to Grand Sage Azar. A few words of protest regarding recent changes in recent years. The academia has taken on a However, it appears to me that these students have not, in fact, been, as well as receiving dumbed-down assignments and perfunctory tutoring. They do not. Education is the fundamental purpose of this institution, which should go without saying in a nation whose founding virtues. As Grand Sage, policy decisions are your prerogative. But do not forget, I do hope you will give some serious attention to the... Great letter. And the sender is... Huh? I didn't realize anyone else even knew how bad students like me have it in this place. So this is where letters from the Sage of Spontamod end up? Nice one, whatever. I'm not exactly holding out hope that a letter sent from the desert would even make it here. But I can't believe I don't believe for one... Wait.
Greetings, Halil. My name is Sinue, chief of the Shim... I don't know how well you remember it now, but I brought you to safety and gave you some... In my tribe, learning a person's... The Shimti tribe lives a hard... This brings me to my reason for writing. There was a terrible sandstorm a few days ago, which blocked... The Eob and Unut are... I found a well belonging to the Eob tribe. When we met, you assured me that you would be my ally in the academia. I would like to take you up on that offer. That aside, the last time you were here, you mentioned that we have next to no resources here in the desert, and my power and influence are limited.
From the outset, the academia never took you seriously. Those things they promised were just empty words. And you were so emphatic that your luck had finally changed. You swore you'd lead us to a better place one day. You liar. You lied about everything. And who fell for it? Just me, by the looks of it. Which makes you a pathetic liar. I think I'll take over from here. Can't hide the truth. I just came to say goodbye.
Never? You...
I'm quitting. Something's...
Huh? But this was a hard-won opportunity for you.
It was. But it does... Oh, and I didn't want to overfill my bags, so I left some incense. What's wrong? I thought you liked incense.
Isn't this the stuff you brought from your hometown?
Yeah, I lied. It's not rare at all. It's not worth much.
But never...
All right, that's all.
Don't forget me, okay?
Yeah, I lied again. That incense is worth a fortune, and it's a rare find even in those rooms. And as for remembering her, I have far too much to do, and I'll be lucky if I even make it through this alive. But either way, I expect I'll forget you pretty quickly. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Arif.
So, what does the Academia want? Since they've sent their special ambassador, I assume—
Please, sir, lower your blade. You're lucky I'm the one they sent. Not all special ambassadors. The ever-shifting balance of power and—
Huh. So, you—
This well is the perfect symbol of your strength, is it not? It used to belong to—
You're not wrong. But I'm sure you didn't come—
Of course not. I came to bring you some records uncovered by the Vahumana. I checked the map carefully on my way over.
50 million? No, wait. If these ruins are as important as you say—
Don't get greedy. We know far more than you think. We know that you seized this well by force. Wasn't that—
So what if it was?
Don't worry. I hope I am—
And I hope your words are the truth. If I find out the Academia is trying to play me, I'll hunt—
I assure you, Chief, that would not be in your long-term— You see how I'm dressed, don't you? I appreciate that you've never been to the rainforest. And what does a barbarian like you have to lose anyway?
All right, I take your point. In that case, we have a deal. We will sell you the excavation rights. I'd like to thank you, Ambassador. This is good news indeed. Excellent news.
Gladly. I am partial to— So let's indulge in a few drinks to—
Chief! Chief, it's an emergency! It's the Unut. They've...
What? Well, don't just stand there.
Yes, Chief.
I have every confidence in the EAB.
What is it?
The Unut's response was alarmingly—
I
am obliged to remind you, Chief, that the Academia will only—
No! Please, Ambassador, that well is—
Glad to hear it.
If there is a traitor, I—
Wow. All it took was a few words and I—
So, in summary,
The EAB are ruthless, so let me ask you, Chief.
kill them all.
Precisely. At the same time, there is—
We have our own rules out here. If the rainforest dwellers raised up—
Right. We can't confront them ourselves, but we can support their enemies. The Unut have always had strained relations with the EAB, which makes you our natural allies. Natural weren't the EAB your— Let me be clear.
Say no more.
Good. You see, Dad? Hup. Look at yourselves. You may be vile, savage the monsters who destroyed my home. They're just ordinary, petty I think maybe Oh, Sinuhe, my gullible fool of a father. Perhaps if you'd been as ruthless as I was today, but you couldn't do what had to be done.
Nefer, It's okay.
I believe I remember you promising to remain silent.
Yeah.
Yehoda, is there anything you can do to ease the tension?
Alright, time for it. So, anyway, that's enough. Feels like we've been walking forever. I'm getting pretty tired, huh?
Yes, if we can...
It's not far now.